A very happy and good morning to all of you out there.
I know we were a couple minutes late. We were panicking, okay?
And hi, everybody. I'm Mike.
I'm Nick.
We are the Brothers Murph. It's time to do some rapid reviews / launch a Kickstarter.
Indeed, if you're watching this after the fact, follow the pinned comment. There'll be hi, baby girl. There'll be a comment down below. Just go straight to the rapid reviews part because the launch part probably won't mean quite as much. But we are launching our Kickstarter on the stream too.
We are. So we're going to hang out for a couple minutes and launch in just a few. Our dogs are in here. We have cleaners in the house. So if they're a little on high alert and huffing, we apologize. And also Mary's
nervous and terrified, you know. They can probably sense our nervousness. They're probably like, what's going on? Yeah. We're just like, hopefully great things, yeah.
We're the Owen Wilson, 98% excited, 2% scared.
Yeah, that's some real talk.
98% scared, 2% excited. We don't know. We don't know which way we're going.
Right now, it's the latter for me, but...
We're the opposites, where I'm very excited and you're more scared.
Yeah.
Because Nick has done a fantastic job on our campaign.
It's been a long couple days, y'all.
If you enjoy the page and this layout, please let Nick know in the comments and stuff. That would be fantastic, because I think it's amazing looking, and... Mary agrees,
obviously,
with her crazy eyes.
She's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?"
Yeah, so we are going to launch that in just a couple minutes and stuff, and then we're going to do our rapid reviews as always, because it is May 1st. It's going to be May. Happy.
Oh gosh, it is May. God, it's May right now. Yeah, that's pretty wild because May is again like the month that we're moving, at least the studio. So it's like the fact that it's the beginning of the year. We were just like
6 days.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, all this, we packed up some of the small games that were over there. But we're still filming. We're still doing some stuff, you know. We had this idea originally, like, this is gonna be the last thing we do in here. And then we're like, that's hilarious. We have so much to do.
You're insane.
Well, it's because the thing is, we're gonna be without a studio. So if you don't know, we are the Kickstarter is not necessarily attached to the studio. We were gonna be moving and running Kickstarter anyway, and they both happen to line up.
Yeah.
But it was just like we're not gonna have a studio for like a month and a half at least.
Yeah.
Or at least not a full
to go up to Sacramento, but it's a 6-hour drive, which is a heck of a commute.
Yeah, so we're kind of like, we need to have everything filmed, not necessarily edited, but filmed at least before we lose the studio. You know, so it's like...
So that's going to be really exciting. And this Kickstarter is that we're going to be launching in just a couple of minutes will be the start of an annual Kickstarter where we hope to...
have some games, have some cool stuff.
Have some games
raise
for
some money
sale.
For the channel.
Yeah, raise some money for the channel, do some stuff like that. We have a lot of hopes. Our main goal this year is to obviously move into the new studio, which is going to be a major upgrade in terms of space. And with that upgrade in space, we want to upgrade our equipment. We want to get into all 4K, so that as playback stuff it becomes more frequently in 1080 and 4K for people. We're kind of already future-proofed in that way. So we want to upgrade across the board, obviously furnish new space, new lights, better lights, whole bunch of stuff like that. So that'll be a cool thing. And then the other thing we're going to do is hopefully our friend Jimmy, who created Table Fables, and we have many more kind of ideas for Table Fables.
So many other games.
Jimmy is, I say this, I mean it, Jimmy will design a top 100 game on BGG someday.
God, I hope we're the ones who publish it.
He has that mind for it, I promise you that. And we want to bring him into the channel as, sometimes on camera, but mostly background stuff, and we're hoping to be able to do that. So that'll be kind of dependent on how the campaign goes. And when you see us launch, we have kind of 3 tiers in terms of like goals that we hope to hit financially, and what that'll kind of open up for us. So we'll see. So it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, it's good. We're really excited. We were talking about this right before the stream, and we were talking about like how we're really excited. Like last time we did this, which was like almost 3 years ago. Sweet girl, you want me to just pick you up? I'll just pick you up. I'll just pick you up.
She wants her 5 minutes of fame.
Here's Mary. Then
everyone's here. They want the dog.
Let's be honest, she's great.
Well, you get a little bit of food.
So it's like last time we did this, it was just a silly idea. We were also moving to a studio, but that one was very distinctly like, we're moving into a studio. Let's like fundraise for it and have some silly ideas. We really had no idea what we were doing, especially on the back end of stuff. The campaign itself went fine. But on the back end, things took like, because we were like, a lot longer than they should have. We'll be able to finish this in a week. We're like, oh no, we still like work full time and do all this other stuff. And just, so many things kind of got fumbled a bit. They took way longer than we wanted them to. So we're so excited to kind of like now know what we're doing. Like, oh, now we know how to schedule this thing. Now we know how to do this kind of thing.
We have our blueprint.
We're
we know how
super
to
excited
go about it. Something like the Unmatched set is already made.
That's nice too.
We are probably going to be switching manufacturers who make it.
Hopefully, yeah.
Which will hopefully just make it, a better quality. There's Atlas there in chat. That's Jimmy.
Yeah, Atlas
by
is
the way.
the designer.
Yeah, man, sorry
designer extraordinary. And also, real quick, big shout out to Sasqueen in chat. Sasqueen also is like, I was trying to name her admin.
Sasqueen's the only reason anything got done last time.
Yeah.
I'll put it out there.
Like, yeah, real talk. Sasqueen is the only reason anything got done last time, and Sasqueen will be helping us out again. And so,
hey, Sass, if this goes well, I can unbutton thrice here. Okay, I'll get the DV going. I don't mind. I mean, the microphone will be down to my navel, but whatever.
Yeah, so really, really excited. We'll be launching at like 9, which is actually in like 5 minutes. So, I'm curious who's gonna be first backer. Last time was Brambeard. Brambeard got backer number 1. So who knows?
Get your ready. Speaking of, let me get the link.
Yeah, so it's about know what we're doing. I'm like, I mean, yeah, more so at least.
Well, the thing is, we hired Beth Sobel to do the art.
Yeah.
And this is not, I'm not trying to say that implies you don't know what you're doing with art.
I don't.
We have Beth doing the art, and most of it's already done. So
I'm so excited for y'all to do the art in this game.
Where it's just like, we hire people who know how to do the thing.
Yeah.
So that
we're like, oh, let's have someone else design this. Let's have someone else do the art. So it's not me being like, I can do it like a weekend. And it's like, no, you can't.
Right.
You will do it over like a year.
So what I just popped in the chat is, if you haven't followed already, this is a link to our Kickstarter page. There is, we're going to be launching in just like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
As always, we want to put out there, the Kickstarter is a voluntary thing.
Of course.
Our channel will always be free. We want to make content available to everybody. Our whole goal in life is to create as many board gamers as possible. So,
yeah.
Backing the Kickstarter stuff, it kind of helps us in those goals and things. But if you don't want to do that, can't do that or whatever, don't worry about it at all. You watching, you being right here with us, sharing videos.
That's all we ever want.
Talking about something you heard on whatever is by far the most valuable thing you can do. This is just another thing that potentially helps, and we're really grateful for it. So we just want to put that out there. Just don't feel obligated, especially if money's tight or whatever, which for a lot of folks it is these days. Don't worry about it. We're going to love you all the same, no matter what.
Well, that's the thing about the Kickstarter, unlike something like the Patreon. It's like anything we get, it's not exclusive. Like if we get more higher quality equipment because of it, well then everyone gets to benefit from that. So it is kind of
we
nice.
really do look at it like the Kickstarter model is kind of a community coming together to make a thing happen.
Yeah.
And like that's literally what this is. We want to invest what we get from these Kickstarters that we run into the business to be able to make as high quality stuff as possible and keep upping our game.
Yeah.
To also benefit you. That's what we want.
Yeah, but we also like to sell stuff during it. Like that's why we like producing games like eats into the money that we take home.
Sure.
Paying Best Soul eats into the money we take home. # worth it. I cannot wait for you to see the art. But it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, but we do like to offer stuff during it, which is why we have like an message, which is why we're doing that table. Because we're like, it's just nice to be like, hey, like, you're not just being like, here's money, Murphs. It's like you're getting something out of it, which we think is really, really nice.
We hope that you get something out of watching.
And honestly, Table Fables is really fun. And our Unmatched set is real silly.
Yeah.
So, hey.
So I think with that said, should we just...
We have 2 minutes, not until
2
9.
minutes? It was like, Dad.
There's a big launch my
like,
project.
on Christmas Eve, you're like, no, we got to have dinner first. You're like, can we open presents? You're like, well, we haven't had dessert. Like, okay, well, can we open presents? Like, well, we haven't done the dishes. Can we open presents? Or like, well, we haven't lit a fire. Like, how many things we got to do?
How many things?
Presents.
Yeah, it's been cool. So love the Beth Soul for the art for the game. Already interested in the campaign to support you, but it really got my attention. Love her art. Yeah, Beth is the best. And she has been, I know I'm biased. It's her best work. I'm going to say it. It's her best work. I'm very biased.
It is so good, dude. It's so good. So Beth is well underway with the art. We have over half the piece.
So
of Stupid Rat Creature.
That's a Rat Creature.
Yeah, so Table Fables, just to give a little print preview of this, and we'll be doing more content about it in the future once we get samples and things like that. Is
just picked you up for a while.
A 16-card micro game.
Yeah.
A solo, you can co-op it too if you want, like a card swapping, grid movement puzzle game where we have different stories that revolve around the big bad wolf. Hello. And you are essentially trying to rearrange everything to get everyone back into their story. And so the way this kind of presents is we have like the 3 little pigs and their houses and stuff. You have to get the 3 little pigs next to the brick house adjacent in the grid.
Yeah.
You have Red Riding Hood and stuff. You need to get Red Riding Hood to Grandma's house. and the woodcutter and grandma all next to grandma's house. If you have the big bad wolf running around trying to flip cards and kind of knock them out, and you have to try to fix them and things like that. So there's a bunch of things like that. You're kind of again rearranging fairy tales back into their stories.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, and we want to do more. So
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, Mikey.
All right, man.
It's
9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
don't
Shall we?
We're gonna get this thing live.
The way we start.
Order.
All right.
Oh, Karen's ecstatic.
Karen's here. Yeah.
Am I bombarding? Am I crashing the
We're
party?
literally
Hi,
about
Karen.
to watch right now. So.
We're about to watch.
Here's my wife, Karen. Okay, now the dogs are fine.
Now the dogs are fighting.
Great. Everything's great. We don't have a sick kid at home.
Yeah,
We don't
it's
have a
not
sick kid
good.
at home.
No.
It's
we're
not been
exhausted.
absolutely
We
bananas.
haven't been
It's
up.
utter
We
chaos.
haven't been up for several hours every single night for the last many nights in a row.
Yeah. We're not. It's not like we're moving in a week.
Third cup of coffee when I have one.
It's been wild,
Everyone's
y'all.
excited to see you. So
It's been wild.
I know.
No, it's great. You're huge.
This is
You're a
the
huge
moment
part
to
of it.
crash right here.
All right, y'all.
So excited.
Shall we? Okay, Mike, have you read the terms and conditions?
I have.
In terms of conditions,
Sure. All right, follow. Shall we?
amazing.
All right, we're gonna launch our project now. Oh my god. I don't know. It says drum roll. It says it literally says
Oh, that's
drum roll.
cute. Yeah, it says right. It's very.
Woo!
Your project is live. Okay, see, I have an
Sorry.
ear infection,
I'm
and you're
sorry.
yelling in. Hurts so
Mike's also has an ear infection. It's
Yeah.
going great, y'all.
Let's go. Okay, we have 0 backers, $0. It's a bust. We're gonna go ahead and cancel, and we're
Yeah.
gonna relaunch after some tools.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's because I think this hasn't caught up with that. Okay, let's see. Can we try
Mhm.
try to pull up the little preview thing and see if it shows up?
Oh, the thingy.
Yeah, top, or next. No,
Nope.
nope.
It moved.
We'll go to the other.
I'll go where here. Ah,
Oh wait, we got people coming in.
no, because this is a
Okay,
preview. I don't
okay,
think this will
close it.
work. Well, thank you all.
Hey, we got $80 on 3 backers.
Let's
That's awesome. We got $160 on the 5 backers. Thanks, y'all.
Oh, it's so cool.
We are
Well, it's
live.
working then, at least to some degree. Gosh, who got
cool.
first backer? I'm so curious.
I know we will find out, and they will get a smile.
There's more Karen on stream with Stretch Goal. Probably not, considering our studio won't be at home anymore. We'll have to like bring you in
But
for.
you can pay me.
Yeah, gladly.
Yeah, Hannah here. Let's go. What's up, Hannah?
Hannah here.
Jimmy's out here doing cartwools. I think.
I think
Oh,
yeah.
Parkour in the house.
Yeah.
Jimmy's out here counting the money he's making from Table Fables
I
right
know,
now.
right?
So
Oh,
yeah.
guys, that art on table.
It's so good.
So
Y'all, go look at the art. Oh my gosh.
good.
Yes.
So good. Hold on. Let me do what y'all are paying me to do.
Okay.
These guys. Give
Let's see the
them
bingo.
your money.
Oh.
That's
That Table
even
Fables is adorable.
Oh.
I still have a mad fangirl crush on Beth
Marina
Noble.
says first backer.
Oh, no.
Retracted though.
Backer 11 unsubscribes. Oh, retract the first backer. Are you not?
I really like watching the numbers. go
It
up.
is satisfying,
very
isn't
fun.
it?
That's
Very
exciting.
fun.
Oh, thank you for the ink comment. Hornets 34.
Oh, hi, Hornus.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hornus. Yep, it's
Hornus.
Hornus.
Yeah, I love this
Yeah.
tattoo.
Yeah, that tattoo is freaking baller.
It's a whole big piece.
I
It's
wanna
got a
add
lot
to
of
it.
significant. Yeah, you kind of want to go sleeved out eventually, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So
It'd
it's
be so dope.
Kickstarted as well.
Yeah, right. Tattoo
Karen
funds
more
for Karen.
tattoos.
Get inked on set.
Karen hasn't had a tattoo in a long time.
It's been a minute.
Mostly because he got
I
pregnant.
mean, I got pregnant, and then we've just been. I launched my business, which
Yeah.
meant that we were broke for a while.
Okay, weirdly, tattoos cost money.
Like a lot of
A
money.
lot of money. And my artist moved, so I need to find a new one. And now I'm gonna move, so I'm gonna need to find a new one.
Well,
Oh, man, y'all are so cool.
1466 off 27 backers. Thank you
so
so
glad
much.
I accidentally walked in.
I know. How
That's
good
pretty
timing
great.
was that? Marina said, I think
okay.
I'm first backer, not sure. We'll be able to. Can I check? Can I check? I don't know if I can check this early into the,
I want to give
into
you
the
our
thing.
smile. I'm not. I'm going to withhold my smile.
Backer report. Hold
When-
All
on.
that's
when-
back-
when
Can
do
I
they get
see?
a smile? When do they get a smile?
Well, whoever the first backer
Whoever the
is,
first
gets a special
backer
smile.
is. Boom.
Oh, are you frowning for the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Until.
Until I
hold
find
on.
the first
I want to see if I can access the stuff. Okay, oh, I can see it. Hold on.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
it was
Tim Chewen.
it was Tim
Let's go. So much.
Marina. At least on
You're
our
number 7,
team,
Marina. You're number 7, and on per hour recording.
Yes.
I don't know how accurate it is.
it looks like you are number 7,
We were
Marina.
top 10, and that's
Dude,
amazing.
Tim Chewen
Tim
coming in
with the
hot.
click
Can we
buttons.
talk about one? Scroll back down. Scroll back down. That name right there.
Which one?
Keep going. Keep going. There it is. Number 6.
Okay.
Someone,
That is an amazing name.
I assume that's their legal name.
Yeah.
Employed Waffle.
Honestly,
The
good.
The internet is
Finally, you have a job.
Tim, you get my smile.
love that name.
Look at
That's
that.
for you, Tim. Only for Tim.
Y'all are so wonderful.
Thank you, everybody.
I don't even get a.
No. How dare you? Okay, we have launched, y'all. As we have been saying, we are going to do rapid reviews as well.
Yes, we are doing reviews.
We are going to do rapid reviews. We just haven't gotten to it rapidly at all. But we are going to boogie down because I do have to take over for our child at some point today, so that you can go and do work and make your money.
What?
Weird.
So I think we should get to it. Should we try to pull up a little thing so we can just see the bar?
Probably, yeah. Yeah,
let
let
me
me see.
Pull that thing up.
I can just recrop it. Yeah, I'm sure.
We'll do that because it'll be fun to see the progress go.
Look, Fables and Unmatched. You love to see it.
Hey, that's exactly. Oh yeah, just below. Okay, so that was close.
You were close, Frank.
Oh,
Now, I assume hopefully this will update in real time.
so yeah, it does. There it goes.
Yeah.
Fine. I didn't mean to do
I think you guys are going to
That's
hit your
fine.
goal today.
that. I don't know about that.
35K would be
I
great.
don't know about that, but I wouldn't hate it.
Patient. We're gonna be patient about it.
I would not hate it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, you might need to do this.
I need to do the center horizontal. I'm trying to put it in the middle.
Cool. So you can see that tick up. We're almost at 2,000. That's
Really
amazing to me.
exciting.
That is incredible.
That's
Really
ridiculous.
exciting.
You make bad decisions. I'll say it.
No.
You get Big Mom coming in hot to the wall. Nice.
Generous decision.
Did you find out who was first? Yes, it was Tim Chu and Corthane. And Corthane never apologized for sending me video ideas on Discord. I don't always respond to them because we've been very, very busy, but I love Corthane's always sending me video ideas on Discord. Please don't stop. I love that.
They use
Yes,
them.
so please don't stop. I saw you mention that earlier. I love that. I just it's been very busy. So number 36, Bing Bong. That's a good number.
Good.
The links to mics may not seem to work.
Oh no.
Okay, let me see if I can change that real quick.
Stand by.
It's weird. I fixed it. It wasn't working. I fixed it yesterday, and apparently it's back to not working. Idiot.
You might need to hide the thing again.
Oh yeah, hold on. You're right. Probably because going off our unmentionables.
How's that working out for you, Pippin? You probably can't hear it, but Pippin is just click-clacking at Mary.
He's
trying to start a fight.
just going at it.
So again, thank you so much, everybody. We are going to do our normal rapid reviews as it is May 1st in just a few minutes. And again, if you've been watching us, like when are they going to start doing it? Just check a show note for the
Yeah, there'll be a link. There'll be a pinned comment.
for when it goes.
And some people are like, I don't care
Check
about
to see if it works first.
Huh? Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah,
check
it
for
should.
Okay. My mini is too epic for people.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
so freaking
It's
epic.
You know what's really
ridiculous.
fun is when we did this the first time
Okay,
around,
part.
someone had it printed again from Hero Forge, and they'll send you a mini, or and someone had our maze made it, and we signed them.
Yeah, someone printed out Amazing had to sign
That's
him. It
what I
was
thought was
very,
super
very cool.
That's
It was very cool. I was like, that's awesome.
really
We're gonna try to check and fix up this link. for
Oh,
you
see,
real
it
quick.
didn't save. Why didn't it?
it's epic.
Yeah, Nick went realistic, and I said, "Nope, I have a robot arm. And I can fly."
You're like this like gunslinger kind of looking guy.
Oh my god, Nick, now it's 100% less.
a little update to the mini.
A little update to the mini. I was gonna keep it the same. I was like, oh, this is not accurate at all.
Pretty awesome.
Someday I'll update all the unmatched art just bald now because
Trust were epic.
Okay, that link should be fixed up for you. There's
Yeah, check
a
it
link
now.
There
It
wasn't a
should
link
work
attached to it
now.
before.
but who knows?
I'm gonna pull up our little preview. Where are we doing?
Oh, you
Hey, it worked. All right, we're at 2,500, y'all. That's amazing. We're almost at 10% of our goal already. Getting there.
That's
cool.
wild. Yeah,
That's pretty
that's
cool.
insane.
Let's do some rapid reviews. What do you reckon? How's it going in there, bud? Okay, cool. We're gonna do some rapid reviews. We had, I think, 13 odd new games and a bunch more that we've played before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think almost, if not all, 100% of the new games are games I played and you
Oh, for sure.
So
We did not
fun.
play many games. It's been a very busy month.
didn't play a bunch.
My
of new
hope
games.
is because we're not like working, like filming stuff for the next month or two, that we can actually play more just games.
Just
That'd be
enjoy.
great.
Yeah,
be
that's
great.
kind of my hope. Like that we can
Yeah.
do that a little bit more because it's been getting ready for the move, getting ready for all of this stuff.
It's
Man,
just so
we've
much
had
to
to
do.
front load stuff for like literally months, and it's been wild, y'all. Thank God Mike plays a bunch of game on BGAs because it's the only reason rap reviews have been even somewhat
Out
compelling.
here.
So,
I played a game.
you did? What'd you play?
we're
Give us a
talking
rapid review real quick.
Terraforming Mars, the dice game.
Oh.
You wanna sit in for a bit and like
Sure.
talk about it when you get
I
to
can
it?
talk
I'll
about it
switch
when you get to it.
Sure. Yeah. Grab. Yeah.
Okay.
Grab a chew.
I mean, you're not gonna hear Karen as well, but she'll just project.
I'm gonna yell really loud.
Connor, put in the pledge. All right.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so this is gonna go in alphabetical order, starting with new stuff, then going
I
into
have to
old.
wait all the way to.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
gonna
there's
have
only
to
a
wait
few. Okay, so first thing I played was Ancient Knowledge. This is on Board Game Geek. And this is one that I really wanted to play because I think I heard Thinker Themer talk about it at first. It's a tableau building game where you are putting into play different kinds of cards that are like different ancient wonders and things like that. And all of them are going to have these kind of tokens that go on it. And your whole plan and goal is to get rid of those tokens before that thing slides off your board. So when it goes on your board, it goes into a certain slot, and some you might have more time or less. And every turn, everything's going to progress down as you're moving forward in time. Basically, things are getting forgotten to time.
Interesting. Okay.
And in Ancient Knowledge, you want to be able to like remove all these tokens and stuff so that when it gets kind of put to the back, you don't have these that become penalties for you and stuff. And it's kind of a cool like combo tableau game where you can get these like technologies and stuff which are going to help you remove those tokens, or certain things where it's like adjacency to like where another card is might trigger its ability and allow you to remove more of those tokens, shift stuff around. So it's like a really good like proper tableau builder where you're trying to put out cards that are going to be synergistic with each other. As they go off your board, you can do a little bit of set collection stuff with certain things.
I've heard good things about this.
It was honestly really solid. I thought it worked really well on Board Game Arena.
Yeah, of course.
I felt like it went, and granted, we're playing async, so maybe it is longer than it was, but I felt like it was like a little long for what it is. I was kind of like, because I think you have to get like 14 things off of your board, and I felt like that's a lot.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was really solid. So, Ancient Knowledge, I would love to play it IRL.
So it's like parenting with a sick kid when you have to get things off your board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About them.
Yeah. Cascades upon you.
Accumulating.
There's a corner, in every house, By the way, we'll do a little Q&A at the end of rapid reviews like we normally do.
Yeah, so keep them coming.
Keep them coming. We will answer questions at the end.
And Mark, I will check at the end of this how our progress on the top 100 is. We're sort of on target in terms of like, we played about 25 of them in the first 3 months of the year, which is about right.
Great.
So Dragonwood is another game I played on Board Game Arena. This is a nice like light game from Game Right, I believe, where you are.
Didn't we cover this for BGG like a billion years ago or something like that?
No, I think it was something different, but I was also thinking maybe it was.
I've seen this game before. I know that. I've never played it, but I've seen it.
Possible. So anyway, this is a game where you're basically like rolling dice, and you are trying to overcome these monsters and stuff. And there's kind of like different ways you can use your cards and things that you have in play. You can basically use all of the same number to do a certain type of attack, all the same color, or I think numbers in a run or something like that. And so in what you do is like that's gonna be either like stomping at the thing, screaming at the thing, or striking at it. And certain types of monsters are gonna be more susceptible to one type of attack than the other. So you're trying to get like your cards out and stuff to be able to do these things, but they're ultimately rolling dice and seeing how it goes. You have to roll a certain threshold or above to succeed. There's like these little events and stuff. It was super cute, very light. The artwork's pretty and stuff. It's just kind of fun. And I really like the whole thing of like the 3 types of attacks. I could get a card where it's like, well, if I do a strike type of attack, I have +2 to my roll. Like whenever I roll, then I'll get +2 to that. It's like there's like a cool little things like that. It's like this is a great kind of family weight game that I really enjoyed. So that's Dragonwood.
Yeah,
I thought it was really awesome. Very enjoyable for what it was. Played FES of Vibes, which looks like a Sashi and Sashi game.
It does look. I was gonna say, is this Sashi and Sashi?
I think it is.
All right.
This is a game where you are kind of like a Take Thatty card game where you're going to be putting cards out, which are going to be like concert goers, and you have these 6 columns that are going to be like different venues. And so on a turn, you can either play a card out to one of those columns, any one column you want, unless it gets enough cards that's now considered sold out. And these customers are going to either improve the value of that concert or take away from. So there's some negative cards, some positive cards.
Okay.
And then you also have tickets. You have 3 tickets, basically, you're going to put onto the columns and stuff, which are going to be the concerts you are attending. You want to make sure that the concerts you have your tickets at are the ones that have a bunch of positive cards. And there's cards that allow you to swap things from different column to different column. Of course, like if you played a ticket onto a thing, I'm gonna put negative stuff onto your concert sucks.
Concert sucks, man. Those bagpipes wreck.
Yeah, it was a super quick game. Again on Board Game Arena.
And I realized I was like, that's actually not that's kind of a compliment.
It had no Riz, I think is what we say.
Exactly.
No,
Riz is a thing.
Riz is a thing.
We're too old for
I don't know what thing, but it is a thing. And so FES of Vibes was okay. Like it's sort of like a take that kind of card game.
Yeah.
I don't need to return to it, but I don't mind to play with Jeff and Jamie, and it was a perfectly fine enough time
game,
that I don't need to probably
okay game, good company. All right.
Yeah. I played the game Face to Face, which is a 2-player competitive version of the game. The game is right. The game is kind of similar to the Mind, where you are trying to play cards, and in the regular version of the game, there's 2 piles. One is ascending up to 100, one is descending from 100, and you have to play a card, legally. And you can play
hilarious
backwards.
Sorry, real quick.
Turned up. We're over 10% of the way to our goal. That's awesome. Riz's charisma. Now Bart gives the knowledge.
Yeah, charisma.
Yeah, so you can see your concert has no Riz, has no charisma.
Sure.
Charisma. So the game Face to Face makes it a competitive thing where each of you has your own kind of 2 piles. I think it's going up to 60 now and down from 60. So there's a smaller pool of cards, and you're trying to get rid of your deck of cards first. And one thing that's kind of cool is you can help your opponent by playing one card onto their decks. And what you have to do is if it's on their pile that's ascending, you have to play a card lower than the most recent card they played. Which gives them essentially more room to play cards legally. And if you do that, you get to draw back up your full hand. Otherwise, you only draw like 2 cards or something. And it's otherwise very similar to the game where you're trying to play out your cards legally. If you have a bunch of high cards, maybe you want to play from your descending deck, so you play high to low. And I thought it worked really well as a 2-player competitive. I like the idea of like, I'm helping you out by playing this, but I'm going to get a bunch of my cards. And again, my goal is to get my cards gone.
Cool.
So I'm helping myself as well.
I know you really like the game. I want to try it.
Yeah, the game is really fun, and the game Face to Face worked really well.
Interesting.
I played a game of King of Tokyo for the first time in forever, which is why it's on the new part of the list. I played it on Board Game Arena. Got wrecked. I was going for a bunch of fame and stuff, and then I was like, I'm just gonna go into Tokyo, and then by the time it got back around my turn, I was dead. So everyone just blasted up on me. King of Tokyo remains fun. It's a Yahtzee style roll dice. You can do attacks, and you can either be in Tokyo, which means when you roll attacks, you're going to attack everybody else that's not in Tokyo. But unfortunately, if you're in Tokyo, if anyone attacks, they're going to hit you. So it's like you have to get out of there and heal up before it's too late. And I flew too close to this.
It's fair. You're so heavy.
So.
I love you, but you're so
It's cool. They have like the power-ups and stuff on Board Game Arena. It's very cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
We recently got King of Tokyo. They sent it to us, and so I'm
the big
it has been a while. It has been a while. Play some Lost Cities, Mikey?
I did. Play some Lost Cities.
Mostly Mike right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I play some Lost Cities. I still really enjoy it. I'm going to show you this one. It's a Reiner Knizia classic card game where you are going on expeditions, and these expeditions, highly thematically, are represented by playing a run of cards. And the thing is like there's I think 5 colors, and when you start an expedition, you immediately go into the negative on points, and you only, I think it's negative 20 or 15 or something like that, and you have to get the sum total of the cards you play. There's numbers like 1 through 9, I think, and whatever their number is how much value to the expedition, how far you're going. So you have to get into the positive, and then start to earn some points. Yeah. And there's these kind of wagers you can put before you put any numbers at all. You can put down 1 to 3 wagers, which are basically a multiplier of 2, 3, or 4. However, if you don't get into the positive, it's going to multiply to the negative. So there's like little things like that, and so a little bit of like controlling the discard piles, because you're always going to play a card, then draw a card.
BRB.
Baby's awake. And so there's some of those things, but it's one I really enjoy. Nick's not a fan of it, but I played it on Board Game Arena.
Honestly, I don't really know why I'm not. Every time I played it, I've just never really enjoyed it.
That's fair. That's fine. I do want to play the board game. I think we'll like that one more. I played Maran Dice, which is just a super silly, very fun, light dice game. Oh, look, Atlas has got that little Twiggy avatar.
Castro mentioned that Twiggy is the best. Twiggy is your favorite. Twiggy is the cutest card.
What's Twiggy doing with all those locks? Build the stick house.
Twiggy is the cutest card in that entire game. It's ridiculous.
Twiggy can tell the go-getter.
Yeah.
So Martian Dice here is a little dice game, pure just dice rolling game where you are going to be rolling these dice. They're going to have your little spaceships. They're going to have tanks, which are representing the defense of the world fighting you off. And then there's going to be cows, humans, and chickens. And when you go to roll all your dice, you can always collect as many spaceships as you want. Any tanks that get rolled will automatically go against you. And then at once per in the round, you can collect humans once, cows once, and chickens once.
Okay.
And every one of them you collect is a point apiece. And if you collect at least one of all three types, then you get a couple bonus points.
Okay.
Now, what's kind of interesting is like those tanks get rolled, they automatically go out, and you can't score anything unless you have enough ships to match or exceed the amount of tanks, because you have to like combat their defenses. It's just like a super dumb, silly, fun dice game where you're like pushing your luck, and you also have the problem where it's like if I've rolled cows and I've collected them in humans, and I go to roll again, if I don't roll, at least a spaceship or something, I can only roll chickens, so you can bust that way as well. It's an awake baby.
Look how curly her hair is.
The whole family's here. So it was really fun because it's just a good kind of push your lucky, roll some dice game. Or very
Sweet girl.
sleepy.
Very sleepy. So curly today. Look how curly her hair is.
Sleepy one.
Hi, Wumpy.
So that's Martian Dice. Really fun.
Nice.
I played Reviving Kathmandu, which is I played it with Karen actually, so you can speak to this one.
Oh yeah.
Played with our friends Dan and Sarah. This is a kind of like a wagering game where you are putting out these discs adjacent to a kind of row or a column of cards, and if you have the highest bid in that row, you'll collect both cards. If there's a tie, you'll collect like one of the cards and stuff. And you're basically trying to get these cards to build these structures like statues and pagodas and things like that. Of these different colors, and you're trying to build a statue to completion. You're trying to make it all one color to get bonus points and things like that. It's a super quick game with an interesting wagering system. And one thing that's really cool is our buddy Dan, who got this, met the designers as a husband and wife at Essen, and their whole thing is they travel around the world, and they also made that Tiger and Goat game we played. And as they travel around, they get inspired by where they are and make games based on that to kind of honor these places they've been to. And Reviving Kathmandu is an example of that. I thought it was a super cool thing that they do. Yeah. It's a cute game. It's quick. The wagering is really interesting about how and where you place, and hopefully trying to collect those cards. That was really cool, and just like a really cool story of these designers. So, it was enjoyable.
I really liked it, and I thought that the interaction was enough that it makes you feel. The interaction was enough that it makes you feel like really engaged without it feeling too competitive or too like icky.
Sure.
But you got to have a lot of like, oh, you took my thing, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Nice.
As well, Karen doesn't have a mic. You might not have been able to hear Karen very well.
Hopefully, she's projecting well. I got a chance to try Star Wars Unlimited, and I picked up the Spark of Rebellion kind of starter pack to show you as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
I really enjoyed this game. This was really fun. Obviously, it's the latest kind of collectible card game, with booster packs and a bunch of stuff that people are hoping to collect on and stuff and build their own custom decks. But with the Spark of Rebellion, you get kind of a starter thing of.
It's Joey. That number called me too.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, it says so.
It's May 1st, I guess. Our property manager.
Oh,
Anyway, Star Wars Unlimited is a game. It's kind of similar to Star Realms if you've played that, or the Star Wars deck building game where you have the Empire versus the Rebel Alliance, and you are playing out cards using your resources each round, tapping them to do attacks. You can make certain characters go out and they become kind of like a guard where I can't attack your base. You're trying to blow up each other's base. I can't attack your base until I get rid of Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're in the way defending the place and stuff like that. It was super fun. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like slick and streamlined where you can discard cards basically to become these resources, then you can't use them. And there's like the fun thing of like the making your own story where it's like I had C-3PO and I had Luke's lightsaber and they're like a rebel character or whatever, so I just gave him Luke's lightsaber, which like pumped up his attacks. That made me laugh thinking it was just like swinging this thing around. And so I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I can see how people would want to get into collecting it, but I was like, and I'm like tempted to just dip my toe.
Just dip a little bit.
But I don't want to do that either. But the base pack is actually really fun and playable.
Yeah,
so I'm
that's
very
right.
happy that I'm like, oh cool, like you can just play with this and be great. So,
yeah, totally content.
really enjoyed it actually.
All right, so your guys' time.
Terraforming Mars, the dice game, Karen.
I'm back.
And people said you can hear Karen just fine. So,
Okay.
so it looks like we can.
Okay, we're here. What about it?
I don't know. What
What
you
did you
think?
think of it?
No, Mike didn't like it.
I'll honest you.
Don't be mean.
We don't
Okay.
You know.
Terraforming Mars is one of my favorite games, and it's one of the first like mid that I played.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really get excited when there's something that's like, oh, I can play this, but I can play it in an hour or 40 minutes. That is not what happened. It took us an hour and a half. We had the worst possible luck. And that is my biggest gripe about this game, is that it's way too luck based. Thought about maybe some house rules that would like mitigate that a little bit.
Yeah.
But essentially, like if you don't get the right stuff, you're good, and it's going to be a miserable game. And so that's kind of where I was at. Is like it just took something that's great and made it way luck based. The intention of like this is the version, and then it wasn't.
You're right.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's so funny. Like, I talked about this in a short recently, and it seems like the Terraforming Mars series is super divisive. There's some people who love this and hate Ares. Other people
I
who love
love
Ares and
Ares.
hate this. We are very much in that camp of like,
Yeah.
I think Ares Expedition is the best of all the versions of the game.
Agree.
But not everyone agrees with that. I agree. Like, the whole thing of like you're taking a highly strategic experience where it's like, I'm gonna do this card because it's gonna give me steel. Probably it will. That die is most likely gonna roll steel, except for I'm rolling the dice and those don't agree with me, and then I just roll total buns, and it's just like, I'm like, well, that's cool. Like, I don't need these things.
Yeah.
And now I'm just wasting time. So to me, it came down to there's so many nothing turns. Where it's like, I'm just gonna like get a couple dice. And the turns go quickly. So like,
yeah,
at
it's not
least
like the
there's
end of the
that.
world.
You want to do a house roll where it's like basically you can spend 3 dice as anything. Because it's like, to me, you're paying a lot for that one resource now, but it gives you some ability to be like, well, I've got 1,000 dice anyway, so I might as well do something with it.
Yeah.
So
We played like a prototype of this a while ago now, and I hated it when I played it. But I was like, it's a prototype, it's not finished yet. I'm curious about it in the end. But now hearing your thing, I'm like, cool. Apparently what I disliked about it is still there. So
Mike said when we played it, he was like, I wonder if they fixed some of the issues. And
really disliked it.
Because it didn't feel like it. A
So.
little disappointed.
Too bad.
Yeah, bummed it wasn't better. But we'll try it with some house rules and see if it pumps it up at all. And we always have Ares in the base game anyway. So it's not like we're suffering.
Yeah.
It's okay, it's not always a favorite. I played Vegetable Stock, which is
You did that.
It's super cute. It's a super quick game. I originally saw people playing this at AirCon when we were
France.
Okay.
last year. And they were playing game after game after game in a row. And it's a very fast game, like 10 minutes. And this is a game where you are going to be drafting a card each turn. From this display of cards, it'll be like all the cards equal to player count +1 kind of thing.
Okay.
You're gonna take a card that's gonna show, I think, 3 vegetables on it. There might be 2 of the same and 1 other kind or whatever. There's gonna be like eggplant, carrot, broccoli, stuff like that you see on the cover there. And whatever card gets left over for each specific vegetable showing, the value of that is going to raise up. And you have these different kind of stock prices for these vegetables, but they can go off the top and then go back down to being valueless. Then have to kind of raise up again.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them have like a longer runway than others. And so it's just a game where it's like, I'm trying to, get stuff that's going to be valuable, but I want to like leave tomatoes behind because that increases the value, but I don't want to bust.
Yeah.
And stuff. And it's just a really cute game. I think you get like 6 cards and you're done. So it's very fast. I really, really enjoyed it. I saw, again, those people having so much fun playing it. And I was intrigued and didn't get a chance to play it then, so I got to play it on Board Game Arena, and it's great.
Yeah.
So highly recommend.
Awesome.
Board Game Queens, great question. How old is Miss Logan now? She is going to be in 13 days. She'll be 2 years old. She's 2 on the 14th.
She still loves playing the I hand you stuff and you hand it back game. It's been her favorite game since she was since she could hold
Especially
things.
with you.
She loves just handing me things and then me giving it back to her. It's her favorite game.
We got 89 backers here, everybody. Thank you so much for that. We
That's-
really appreciate it. Pretty massive.
That's
pretty
okay.
massive. I played The Way to Juliet.
Juliet.
Which is a game where you're trying to get Romeo and Juliet together, but they're dogs.
No.
They're little dogs.
You mean Juliet?
Ooh.
Like a poodle?
Like a
She's kind of a little poodle.
Juliet. Juliet. This is ultimately like a slide puzzle game where you're going to have this grid of tiles, and you have Juliet on one end of one of the balconies. There's like 5 balconies. You have Romeo moving around, and you have all these guards in the middle that are in your way. And you have to do that kind of thing where it's like there's 2 vacancies, so you have to slide stuff and move things, which I am so supremely bad at.
You're not great
I'm
at those
just not
games.
good at those
yeah,
types of
your
puzzles
mind does not do those puzzles very well.
at all. And the little twist is, I played this with Jamie from Foster the Meatball, is that the 2 players, the 2-player game, have different bits of information that are important. If you're controlling, if you're the Romeo side, and you can both like control where things move, you know that there's a certain type of guard that might be like a hearts or the stars or whatever, that if Romeo is ever next to that type of guard, you immediately lose. So you're trying to like quietly navigate Romeo away from those types of guards.
Yeah.
If you are the Juliet side, you know that Juliet is only truly at one of these 5 balconies, and if you go up to the wrong balcony, you lose. So they're trying to steer you to the right balcony, and it's just kind of like
interesting.
I think it'd work a little better playing it live instead of async.
Right, of course.
In front of you, so you can pay attention to stuff. And I'm just really bad at those puzzles. I get so stuck.
Right.
And we did not win at all, but I enjoyed the concept of it.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
Dogs and Shakespeare, am I right?
That's
Yeah,
looks
pretty
very cute.
Look, it's beautiful. Your hair so cute. Thank you, Zen. Yeah, and it's so curly. Hey, curly Q.
Hi.
Are we still waking up?
We played Whill Valley. This is the first game I think this month that I've played.
Yes. How do you
So
feel?
it's been mostly Mikey. We've been doing stuff. Oh, bless you.
We do. Oh, we
yeah.
have to-
Oh,
On that note,
just cover that
bye,
up.
everybody.
Love you.
I'm gonna go.
Thank you, darling. Hi, baby. I love you.
Like, we played Whill Valley. We played through this on our channel.
We do have some other things that we have played but aren't covering because they haven't been released yet.
Yes. We played Whill Valley. It's a new game by Board Dice and Danny Garcia, who made Barcelona, which we've also covered for Board Dice. Whill Valley is cool. I really liked it. It's got a cool action selection system where you have your kind of like little windmill board. There's actions in these 2 circles, but they're gears. And so every turn, you're going to move one of the gears, and it means there's going to be 2 new actions that are available for you to choose from. Most part, you're going to choose one of those actions, although you can upgrade those actions as time goes by. And sometimes the upgrades you get will allow you to do both actions when it's active, which is very, very cool. And it's kind of a bit of a set collection game. You are basically getting tulips. This is during the big tulip bubble in the Netherlands. Really, really pretty, as you can see. But you're putting out windmills. You're gathering tulips. You can like go to the market and buy some there. But you're basically trying to get rows, hopefully of all the same color tulip in your kind of little tulip patch. So you want like a whole big row of red and a whole big row of white and purple and black and all this kind of stuff. And so you're basically getting these tulips and putting your patch, trying to score points because they'll score points when they're there. And it's just cool. It's
really cool.
It's pretty simple in terms of the turns. None of the stuff is tough, but it's one of those games where it's like you get to constantly get powers throughout the game because one of the main actions you'll do is like a windmill upgrade, which is how you get those new actions you'll put in your windmill. You can specialize because you're like, you can cover up any action you want. So you can be like, I'm going to cover up this because I'm just never going to do that action in this game. Because this game, I'm going for this. I'm going for windmills. I'm doing this thing. You're constantly raising and lowering the water, which is going to determine how much your actions move and kind of time out the game as well. You're going to get these like kind of villagers who you can either tuck below your board, who are going to give you essentially contracts like extra endgame points, or they'll go above your board and give you even more special powers. I thought it was really, really fun. It's in that great like mid-weight Board and Dice realm. I would say it's like lighter than like Barcelona, but like I really, really liked it. I think it's really pretty. It's got a cool theme, like the tulip bubble and stuff like that. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's definitely a similar weight to like a Barcelona, where for Board and Dice, it's lighter. It's not a light game, but it's lighter than a Teotihuacan or Tikenu. And I really like that. I like that someone just mentioned that I like that they're bringing the color lately. They're really seemingly focusing on really beautiful games, which is great because it should be beautiful.
Yeah.
and I'm glad that they're doing that. So yeah, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
It's a really solid game. Really solid game.
Yeah, really fun.
Atlas says, when are we gonna get that Terraforming Mars Red Rising crossover? That could be kind of, I don't know, kind of dope.
I know.
I don't know. Now we're into old stuff, things we have played before. There's many more in this, but we'll just kind of quickly.
Yeah, we'll go through it all. Yeah.
What do you think about Seven Wonders Architects?
I like Seven Wonders Architects. I am, as upon playing Seven Wonders Architects more times, I'm just not a big fan of Seven Wonders.
Sure.
Every iteration of Seven Wonders, I'm like, this is it. This is the Seven Wonders I'm really gonna like. I'm not a big fan of Seven Wonders, the original. I'm not a massive fan of Seven Wonders Duel, although I like it more than Seven Wonders. I like this one the most because it's like the easiest and the lightest of the Seven Wonders.
Sure.
It's less confusing. We have all the science cards and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, I still like, I think it's fine. I think I always think Seven Wonders is fine. I still enjoy it. I'm glad we have it. And I am very hype. I am much quieter than Nick. Why am I much quieter? That's weird. But nonetheless,
you.
Oh.
Quieter than you. I'll just try to project. I'm a little sick, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could do that. Yeah, so I agree. Seven Wonders Architects is fun. I enjoy it. We got the expansion for it, which I want to try. Gives you like little objectives to go for. Hit 5K, Corte. Hey, right there, 19.
That's a big,
We're
thank you all.
7th of the way there, baby.
That's nuts. Yeah.
One thing to
We've been
note,
live for like half hour.
one thing to note is right after we complete this, literally right after, we are going to be starting our top 100 games of all time. And we'll do like a little premiere thing so that if you want to hang out in live chat and watch that, we'll hang out in the chat and stuff as well while we do that. And that'll be kind of our main way of advertising this campaign that we're doing. Yeah. So, so peep that out. So, yeah, Seven Wonders Architects, agree. I think it's fun. I like that it's quick and snappy. I probably still like Seven Wonders Duel the best, but...
That's weird. Everyone say your mic is off. I don't know why. You're not off over here.
Oh?
No. I don't know. That's super weird.
I'm coming through?
Yeah, you're coming through on this. Talk real quick.
It isn't moving the needle as much as yours, though.
I don't know.
Okay, it is working.
I don't know. That's super weird. I'm not sure, y'all. That's very weird.
Sponsored by the coldest water we wish.
Gosh, yeah, right?
Sponsored by this...
sponsored by us. I guess sponsored by you is really the true answer.
I'm coming in lower, y'all. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's talk louder. I'm not sure.
It wasn't before?
I don't know.
Weird.
Play the Man on Artichokes. Love this game. Deck wrecking game where you are trying to get artichokes out of your deck. You don't want them. That's why you're trying to abandon them. Yeah, super weird. I'm not entirely sure. Try turn off. Yeah, try and turn off and unmute and mute yourself again or whatever. But nonetheless, yeah, this is a great game where you're getting vegetables out in your vegetable patch. You're getting new ones. They all have the new kind of vegetables you'll get, like leeks and potato stuff, all have special abilities. They might allow you to pass cards. They might allow you to compost cards, which is you getting them out of your deck. Your goal is to try and draw a hand of cards that has no artichokes. Now, you start off your game with only artichokes, so it's hard to do. So you have to get other cards in here. You have to compost out. But yeah, it's really, really fun. It's the only tin game that is worth it because tins are terrible. Okay. But it's just really wonderful. I really like Abandoned Artichokes a lot. It's wonderful.
Okay, let me know if I'm coming in. I feel like it's still coming in low. I do not know why. We are going to press forward because I don't think I have the ability to...
Not really. No, not really.
As was said, time for an equipment upgrade. Am I right? Back to Kickstarter. Okay.
Yeah, you're definitely not coming through. I don't know why.
Listen, you butts. If I have to lose my voice so you can hear me, I will lose my voice. I don't know. Yeah, sorry, y'all. It's gonna be
One second. I'm gonna mute us here. And I'm gonna unplug it. I don't want to pop it.
Sound test. Okay.
Okay.
So what had happened is I forgot. So we have our packs in these little receivers, right?
Yeah.
The pack battery had died, and this has a on-board built-in microphone, which was down at my hip
Yes.
a mile away, which is what it sounded like. But the whole thing was, it still was transmitting. So I'm like, well, it has to be working because the pack won't. And we're like, oh no, if the pack dies, it will transmit.
And the thing is, like, these packs use batteries at a very slow rate. Like, we have to replace the batteries like once every like 3 to 4 months. So like, we just don't think about doing it until it runs out.
The point is, we figured it out before you mentioned it.
Yeah, that's the best part.
You didn't help us at all.
Yep, that's the best part. No one said to check the battery.
Thank you, everyone.
Indeed.
Yeah, no one said check the battery.
Gosh. All right, Ben Artichokes.
We're running a Kickstarter.
Wait, Age of Innovation, Mikey.
Age of Innovation is fantastic. I showed it to, we played again with Dan and our buddy Chris, who is a huge Gaia Project fan.
Yes.
And so we're like, well, we want to show Age of Innovation.
You showed Chris what's up.
I did not. Chris, who is much better at Gaia Project than anyone I know, was just also instantly better at this than anyone I know, because Age of Innovation, which is a Terra Mystica game, which Gaia Project is also based off of, there's a lot of overlap in terms of, like, you have a home land type, one of those like things in the ring there, where you can live. Hey, 100 backers! Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.
That's a big deal.
That's huge. If you can all back for $20,000, that'd be great. Thank you so much, everybody. You have like a home terrain type, and you have to terraform other land types into yours before you can then build onto it and upgrade buildings. And all of these games just have a great kind of like flow of, you know, as you put a building on, then upgrade it, the building that you're replacing comes back to your player board, which covers up certain income you get. So it's just kind of like balanced game you're playing with all of that. There are these competency tiles you can get, which are kind of like the technology tiles from Gaia Project. A ton of fun stuff. Different combinations of player powers and land types, which is different from all the other games, where now they're kind of decoupled, which is really fun. It's just an awesome game. It's just so good.
I really want to play. It's been a month or two or some of that stuff. I really want to play it again. It's been a minute here.
So
Ark Nova. God, I love Ark Nova so much.
It's so good. I think I'm getting worse at it.
Yeah,
I think I'm getting worse at it. Games that I play a lot on Board Game Arena, I feel
you're
like
I'm too fast. It's because you're async. I swear, Board Game makes you worse at games.
No,
I swear that's what it is.
No,
I swear that's what it is.
No,
I don't play Board Game Arena. I refuse.
Dude, it's so fun. All right, it's really good. Build a zoo. It's great.
It's so good. I do love it. Right? It's like
fantastic.
But yeah, right. Or you're like, sometimes you do that with games. You're like, I'm getting worse at this.
Oh, dude, Castle of Burgundy. I have
you
lost
now?
all sense of. I don't think I'm doing anything wildly different. I just don't.
That's being Balasha right now, dude.
Every game,
I have nothing.
At the end, it'll come up here. I'll put Castle Burgundy in a second. I'll talk about it then.
Okay.
I've lost my way.
Bang.
Still don't like it that much, but I had a great time. I think Corthane was in that game. Duchess and people. I just don't. I'm just like doing. I feel like I'm doing random stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this well. Yeah. It's a game that was like important early on, and I've moved beyond it.
That's fair.
But I had a good company. Great company. Baron Park I played. Still love this game. Just a great polyomino tile efficiency puzzle. You're trying to fill in that zoo as quick as you can, as efficiently as you can, and what you cover up will dictate what kind of tiles you gain. There's a race to complete each section of your zoo first to get a statue. It's just awesome. It's just a great game.
Baron Park is a banger.
Yeah, straight up banger.
We might talk about it in our top 100 list that's coming out after this. Check it
out. Stay tuned. You know, I'll be playing some Cant Stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, sorry. Hey, man, come here. Just shut the door. No.
Can't Stop's great. You can't stop.
Appreciate it. Come here, guys. Come here. Yep.
Yeah, Cant Stop is great. It's a game where you can't stop. You are going up tracks. You are rolling dice to determine what tracks you're going up. The second you've determined what 3 tracks you're moving up that round, once you don't roll those anymore, you busted. And so you have to choose to stop or keep going. If you choose to keep going, you will lose all progress once you busted. So it's that constant like, I've moved up a couple times. Should I stop? Nope, you can't stop. Great game.
Yeah, sorry.
Castles of Burgundy. Mike, now.
Yeah, so I know there's certain knowledge tiles you can get that will score you some endgame points, and I don't typically focus on them, to be fair. But even when I do get some, I find now that, like, we're at the end of the game, I have a competitive score, and then people just get, like, 35 more points. Yeah. I'm like, like, why am I getting, like, 5? What the heck? I'm like, what is going on? And I'm just getting wrecked. So I need to like recalibrate my strategy.
Yeah, fair.
Because I feel like what I'm doing in game makes sense, but I'm like, it's just not materializing. So I got to find my way.
Yeah.
I've literally actively gotten worse at that game.
Hey, Draft Records, huh?
Draft and Write Records, also on Board Game Arena. Man, it's so fun.
I really like this
I
game.
did not win the game, but I don't even care because there's so many things that
Yeah.
trigger into other things. And like, I'm a sucker for a combo. If I do this into this into that into that, and none of those are worth points, I'm like, that was great. I had so much fun there. Do you see all the things I did?
Yeah. That's what I like about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're basically putting together a band, touring around, doing all these things. And there's different types of cards you can get that will work on all these various areas of your board, and it's super combo-tastic. Almost everything you complete will trigger into a different part of your board.
It's nuts.
Very satisfying if you like those combo-tastic roll and writes.
Yeah,
and
it's really good.
Great on Board Game Arena.
Yeah, I want to pick it up.
Me too.
Of course, Mike played for.
I've been playing Forest Shuffle.
I think I played like 5 games this month, y'all. So it's mostly Mike.
It's really good. Yeah. So yeah, you know I love Forest Shuffle.
Yeah, Mike he'll talk about it for every month for the next.
I don't know if I played it this month yet, but it's only May 1st.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. You haven't played it this month.
I haven't played any games
You hate this game. That's true.
Hate it.
I don't think we're playing a game today either, unfortunately.
Framework.
Oh, great game.
Great game. Fantastic game. Uwe Rosenberg and that kind of flow through adjacency tile laying series that he has. And Framework is the one we just enjoy the best because it's just like the most straightforward. You draft some tiles, you're putting together things, and each tile will also have tasks, whereas I need like 4 yellow rings, these little frames, adjacent to this tile. But if you have like a yellow tile, then a yellow tile to the left of that, and there's an unbroken chain of yellow that connects back to a certain tile, it's considered to be adjacent.
Yeah.
So you build these like big old groups and kind of start to be more and more efficient at completing these tasks. You're trying to get rid of all your little discs first. Great game.
It's so good. This is the ultimate, like kind of like casual, end of the evening. Let's just play something relaxing. Don't think about too hard. It's just great. Like Gizmos. I need to try this one again.
I think you'll really enjoy it.
I think I will too.
It's something that I think kind of like almost.
Yes, Saskin, we have not.
I don't. We probably don't need to own it still. It's really fun though.
I do want to try it again.
It's a really fun game. Next time we're at a con and it's in the library, we should pick it up and play it. It's a quick one. It's Phil Walker Harding, Praise Be. You already know that. And it kind of builds this like engine as you build these gizmos. There are these cards that come into your tableau, and then they'll start to give you bonuses where if you go to pick these little marbles, kind of like potion explosion, which help you build your gizmos. Every time you pick a blue one, you get to trigger these cards over here, and you get points, or maybe you get to draw more random marbles and stuff like that. There's a bunch of fun ways you can kind of build this like quick little engine. It's a very fast game, which was kind of our main beef. Was like it ends just a little bit before I want it to, because I want to play with that engine when it's really rolling. But it's a quick light game, so it's not meant to be that. I really enjoy it though. Yeah. I'm kind of like, I wish we hadn't gotten rid of it.
I think I'll always be like, I kind of wish it was more, but like, I enjoy it.
Yeah, but what it is pretty great.
Yeah.
Played some Hadrian's Wall. I played it a couple times now because it's on Board Game Arena. I played it the first time and it had been a while, and I was just like,
what's happening?
I don't remember what to do at
I think the first images for the next one have come out, and I'm like,
yeah. I think it was one. What's it called?
Is it called Anarchy?
Yeah, the Anarchy, I think. So Hadrian's Wall is like a super roll and write kind of game, or flip and fill kind of game, where you have these 2 monster sheets. You have basically your resources, like types of workers, and then like actual stone and stuff that you are using. So it's kind of like actually more of a board game than a roll and write, but it's something that like it would be impossible to do with all components. So it works best as a roll and write, where you can kind of turn in stuff and work down these tracks that will give you a lot of bonuses and things, and you're trying to basically work up these 4 main tracks, these kind of attribute tracks, which will give you your biggest hit of points and stuff. So you're trying to do things that all kind of funnel back into that. Yeah. There's just a bunch of stuff to do, and it's just fun to click around and try. Yeah. What if I work on this area, the theater, and kind of build up this, and what does that give me, and managing those resources the best you can. There's like so many things you could do in this game. It's really a lot.
I'm really excited for the next one, because there's like a whole solo campaign, because most people play this game solo. It's like a whole solo campaign. Yeah. You can play this like either side in that one. And so I'm just like, I'm very excited.
I think the new one's going to be, even better.
High Season?
Yeah, High Season. There's the Grand Austria Hotel Roll and Write, which you picked up for us.
Yes.
I think it's super fun.
I think it's fun.
It's a great kind of feeling of Grand Austria Hotel. It's focused on just getting guests into rooms and closing rooms and things. But you can still hire employees. You can get bonuses by completing sections of colors and stuff. You're managing. The money is even more front and center here because opening and closing rooms always costs money specifically. So I kind of like that it's even more focused on that kind of money management stuff, and it has the same kind of brutal things of like the dice did not roll
what you need.
The numbers you need didn't roll well, and that kind of dictates the power of that action, how many dice are in its column. So great stuff all around.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I played Inventions.
You soloed it.
I did solo it because mostly I wanted to get it back in my head because I was like, oh, Mike and I will play. We got our copy of Inventions. We covered this back when it was on Kickstarter, and we got our copy of it recently. And so I had this mind. I was like, oh, Mike and I will play it soon. No, we won't, because we have no time right now because we're getting ready to move. But I brought it home. I was like, I'm just going to punch it, get it all organized. And I was like, you know what? I'll solo it. Like, I'm curious what the solo is, and I want to get it back in my head. So yeah, I soloed it. It was, again, a mix of like me relearning the game and being like, oh, that's right. That's how you do this, and running the solo. And the solo is essentially, there's like 2 solo bots, not really. One is Chronos, who you always play in a 2-player game.
Sure, yeah.
So you still have
a dummy character.
You still have that kind of dummy character who's like just kind of progressing the game because it wouldn't progress. And then you also have Hephaestus, who's like a full-out, proper solo person. Got absolutely wrecked. Mostly because I was just kind of doing actions to be like, oh, that's right, I'm doing this. Oh, that's right, I'm doing this. So still really enjoyed it, but need to play it again a couple more times to figure out how much in terms of like ranking with other Laceritas and stuff. Sure. Still really enjoyed it, but I was kind of like mostly just doing stuff, be like, oh, that's right, that's how. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. That's how you can.
I'd love to play this again now that we have the finished version. Although it's basically the first time we played was excellent.
The Eagle Griffin prototypes. There'll be another Eagle Griffin prototype coming out on Thursday.
Yeah,
House of Fado.
They're prototype in the way that every time you've seen us cover a Garfield game, it's more of like an advanced copy than anything, where it's like things might change, but we've never asked Garfield Games for the finished copy of the game because the ones we have are perfect. And like the Eagle Griffin stuff's very similar. I'm like, oh, this is done. Yeah. Which is cool. Yeah. And preferred.
Well, It's a Wonderful World.
I've been playing this on BGA.
So good.
I played with the Dads and Dice folk. And,
that's right, yeah.
It's such a fun game.
It's so good.
I also showed it to the Ventura game group recently. Just great card drafting, engine building. I just love the kind of trying to dial it in and be as efficient as you can, because you have these like 7 cards or whatever it is per round, but you're not going to put them all into construction, or rather you shouldn't, because they all have a bunch of resource costs. So you can ditch cards for a single resource of whatever is showing on, oh, thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, you didn't use that.
What's the best way to pick? Best way to pick multiple rewards, Jay Rodriguez, is there are add-ons you can do after you select the thing. The add-ons will be for our Christmas card and both of our games. So if you like want to get both games, for example, you can pledge for one and then add on the other.
It's the same price,
or the Christmas card and stuff after the fact.
So that'll be add-ons. We also might add some add-ons during the pledge manager. I don't know what we would add, but just know there might be some more there. But that's the best way.
Great question, and I love It's a Wonderful World to wrap that up.
Indeed. But in terms of like main rewards that aren't add-ons, you can't choose 2. You would have to have 2 accounts, basically, which I guess you could do if you really wanted to.
But the best way will be just to do add-ons. So you'll be able to get both games if that's your question.
King Domino's a great game.
Love it. I've been in a tournament. I've been okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I put together a perfect 7x7 grid in a 2-player game, and I put together an imperfect 7x7 grid in a 2-player game. This game is so amazingly good. I'm just like reminded of like just beauty and simplicity. The drafting remains interesting in terms of how you get those tiles. King Domino is just a banger and a half, man. Oh yeah, and it's been in our life for 8 years now. I mean, like, it's just so good, dude.
Okay, now Barry, I'll look into that. Thank you for letting me know. I played some Legendary. I brought it home. We were talking about it, I think in a top 10 for BGG recently.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I really want to play Legendary. We talked about it a couple times, and I was like, I just miss it. And I enjoyed soloing it. I soloed a bunch when Mike was on paternity leave. And I really still like it. I just randomized it. You just get 5 heroes. You're playing as those heroes. You're going against a mastermind, and you're fighting villains and stuff, trying to overcome a scheme. It's just really great. I still love it. We don't play it anywhere near as much as we used to. It's still probably our most played game. But it is just still very, very, very fun. We still have a lot of it. We have maybe like half of it because we collected everything and we eventually stopped because we had so much. And now there's like at least the same amount more again, which is great. So yeah, so we are still enjoying it, and it's been very, very fun. I've been playing it a couple times. It's been
Sass, if you can do it, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, Sass, if you can do that, go ahead and do that. Thank you. I appreciate you.
We'll get those add-ons turned on for all tiers. Sorry about that. Mandala is a 2-player game. We played against Jordan Shansberger. Jordan plays blue out there on the socials. I've been playing and really enjoying this game recently. It's just an interesting game where you're putting out these cards to build these 2 mandalas. And once basically all of the card colors are on one of them, that will then trigger. You're trying to then collect cards and kind of do like set collection stuff. So it's just really fun. It's an interesting thing where like if yellow has been played to the middle row, the mountain, you can't then play it on your side of the board, but you can play it in the other mandala if it hasn't been there, and then you're going to collect cards from the mountain area in particular, and basically the first card of a certain color you get will go down onto your row, and then any additional ones you get of that will go into a kind of discard pile for yourself that will score points based on the value on your board. So if the first thing is a yellow I bring down, all yellows I have will be worth 1 point. The next color you get will be worth 2 points and stuff and so on. So you really want to line it up that the last color you get a bunch of those because they're going to be way more valuable.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting, quick 2-player game. I'd love to pick this one up.
Yeah, I'd like to pick it up because
really
I've always heard it's very good.
Yeah.
I've been soloing some Mythic Mischief rather. Still love it. I freaking love this game. I like it more and more every time I play it. You just take a new faction, and every faction works so differently. You're sneaking around a library, trying to not get caught by the Tomes Keeper. It's just really, really fun. Like I said, every faction you really plays differently. Like honestly, feels different, plays different. And solo is kind of a great way to like learn the faction and learn how to, kind of just learn how to work them and stuff like that. And I've been kind of going through, I've been playing the Wizards a lot because I'm trying to get good. And I'll probably, once I feel like I'm pretty good at this faction, I'll then move on to the next faction and stuff. I think Mythic Mischief is an absolute masterpiece.
Boom. Certified banger.
Next
Station London, Nick. Now there's Next Station Tokyo, and they just released Next Station Paris.
Oh, did they really? I played Tokyo. Tokyo's good.
I want to find out. Next Station London, I played with Linnea, and it's awesome. Just a fun roll and write. Really interesting. We're going to play kind of like 4 rounds, and each round you're going to be using a different colored pencil to draw a new route on the underground here in London. And you know, it's a typical thing of like, if you build a route that goes way up here, that you're blocking yourself off from other colors. You can meet at the same station and pass through, but it becomes...
So you can't kind of cross like this.
Yeah, you're trying to lock... You're trying to get as much of the board covered with each color as possible, but you also want to make sure that in the future rounds you're not, like, stuck. It's just a great little rolling right. And there's, now 3 cities to try.
Yeah,
and with different ways that they score and challenges. And
I really like London. I liked Tokyo, and I will gladly try Paris.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. You played some Nidavellir.
I did. I played a tournament of Nidavellir, and with this game is broken. We have a kind of a group from with our patrons over there with our podcast, and we played a Nidavellir tournament, and I really enjoy this game, man. It's really fun. I really like it on Board Game Arena because there's these coins that you can get and upgrade, and it's really annoying to set up. There's a lot of elements of this game that are really a pain to set up.
Digital. Yeah,
so it works better digital because you don't have to worry about that part, and it's just a fun set collection game, and everything is kind of worth points, and you get a bunch of points if you really specialize in one of the colors of banners. But also you get these hero cards for every complete set of different colored banners you get. So you're kind of pulled in those 2 directions. And I always love that in a game. It's like, do I want to hyper specialize? Do I want to kind of be a Renaissance man collecting these dwarves? And it's really fun.
Yeah.
Like it a lot.
Yeah. Played some Patchwork. Love some Patchwork. Patchwork is a wonderful 2-player, brutal quilt making games.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're both dealing with a lot of other things, so we apologize for being on our phones.
Yeah, sorry.
Not a typical thing. We're just working on Kickstarter stuff and things.
Indeed, there's a lot going on right now. Patchwork is a great game. It's a polygonal tile game where you're getting different patchwork parts of a quilt and you're putting them into a quilt, but you will get negative points for every spot your quilt that you do not cover, which is great. because it's brutal and it's tough to do. It's really hard to fill your entire quilt. You also, your money, the things you use to buy these patches, which is buttons, which is very cute. That's your money. That's also your points. So every time you're buying a new patch with buttons, you are also spending your points, which is very, very tough. It's just really, really good. This game is a classic for a reason. There's a whole bunch of different versions out there, just like different kind of themes. I really like it. I love patchwork. It's just really, really fun.
Another game that I've gotten worse at for sure.
Yeah, right?
Just bad.
Played Res Arcana.
Playing Res Arcana, you know me, I'd be wrecking Jeff on the regular from Boston and Meeple, and I started playing Charlie, aka Stupid Rat Creature, and I'd be getting wrecked by Charlie. So I'm in two worlds at once right now.
Okay.
One, I do okay. Jeff and I go back and forth. The other one is a slaughter every time, but I'm getting better.
Yeah.
And Res Arcana remains amazing. It's such a fun game.
Fair.
Love it, love it, love it.
Fair.
River Valley Glassworks, I love it.
Yeah.
It's such a good light game.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
For what it is, you're collecting these like little river glass and putting them onto your player board, and you want to complete columns because your two tallest columns on your player board will score points. Everything else will not. But as you collect stuff, again, similar to like Mandala, the things you collect later are a certain color, because once you establish a color in a column, that's that color's column only. The stuff that you get further to the right that column is much more valuable.
Yes.
So you're trying to like, again, get a bunch of different colors and then kind of build up your columns, but you also get points for complete rows.
Yeah.
So pulls you in those different directions, but it's just a nice little slick, cute, I guess, set collection game ultimately.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy it a lot for what it is.
Totally.
Just a nice light game.
Play some Shipwreck Arcana.
Play Shipwreck Arcana. Now, here's one problem with Board Game Arena. If you're playing asynchronously and have any games that require memory, it doesn't work. That's not the game's fault at all.
Not really.
This is a game where you're trying to like basically communicate information by putting out one of your two tiles onto a certain card that will basically have rules saying that like, if I place this here, my other tile that I'm holding back is either 2 less or 2 more than this current number. And you're doing like, cooperative deduction based on that. It works really well. It's a cool game. But any game that requires memory just doesn't work if you're like checking in on it once a day. You're like, oh, who played what? Whose tile is that? I don't know. So it doesn't work in that regard, but it is a great game. Can confirm, just play it IRL.
Listen, Shipwrights Redux.
Redux, really loving it. I played it, showed it to a buddy, then soloed it the day after because it's just so enjoyable. It's just a really fun game, very much based off of It's a Wonderful World. So you're card drafting, and then the cards you play, there's all sorts of different types of cards. There's buildings you can build that give you worker placement spots. There are townsfolk that you can either discard and use their ability once, or you can tuck them under a building. Then every time you activate that building, they also activate, which is really cool. There are your ships that you're building, these long ships, which are your main things you're going to score points from. There's craftspeople that help you build those ships, and these Jarls, which are going to help you bump up these kind of 3 attribute tracks, and also maybe give you gold if you discard them and stuff. There's just like, I love that there's so many types of cards and so many things you can do with these things, so it creates just juicy decisions. It's very much kind of like a Hadrian's Wall, a head down, because you're all doing stuff simultaneously. Yeah. So it's one of those games where I'm like, I'm more than happy to solo this game because then like I don't care because it's not the most social experience. No. Although you are card drafting, so there's a little bit of that. But then you're just head down and trying to like be as efficient as you can with the cards, and it's so fun to do. Yeah, so much fun.
It's an absolute blast.
Yeah, Garfield turned like one of their worst games into one of their best. Just like boom.
Space is a great engine building game with no downtime because you are putting out you're deploying cards into your tableau. Different ship cards numbered 1 through 12, and they go into one of those 12 spots there. And then as you get new cards, you get to take the card that was there. So putting under 7 ship in the 7th spot, take the card that was already there, flip it over, put it behind your board, and then basically when that number gets rolled on other people's turns, you get to activate those cards. It's really, really good. Love Space. I got to play it again at Dice Tower West recently. You played it this month, but I was just like, oh, that's right. Space is really good.
It's amazing.
It's definitely a game that's like cooled on me a little bit, but like I'm just always like, oh yeah, that's right.
I'm heating back up on it.
That's right. I think I would too if I played it more often. It's really, really just right. It's great. Yeah. I really, really like Space a lot.
I played some Splendor Duel. Really enjoy it a lot. If you like Splendor, it's very much similar in terms of like you're going to be playing cards, which are going to start to produce resources in perpetuity. But the whole way you get your little tokens now is based on this grid board. You have to take them from a straight line, either diagonal or across or whatever, and you're collecting your tokens that way. And that little shift really just makes it more interesting to me in terms of like it feels less arbitrary, which I really like. And there's also 3 ways you can win. You can get I think 20 total points based across all your cards, 10 points from one specific color of card, or I think 10 crowns, something like that. The numbers might be not quite right. So I like there's different ways of victory. So I see someone getting all these crowns. I'm like, well, I better try to get a bunch of this, blues kind of built up. And so I like that a lot. Just a great game. It's a great game.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it.
The Search for Lost Species, been selling this at home. It's great. I love the Search for series. Planet X is great. Lost Species I like even more. I'm excited about the new one. It's about like aliens that's coming out, I think, at Gen Con this year. I love this game. It's so much fun. I really am finding that I really enjoy deduction games, and this one plays really good solo. I'll probably talk about it more or less every month because I'll probably solo at least once a month, I'm guessing.
It's such a good game.
It's very good.
I played Spots, which is a push your luck game where you are putting dice onto these Dalmatians, which give them their spots, which is so great. It's so adorable the way they do it. And I think one of the dogs is just a cow. And you're like, what are you doing there? But each turn, you're going to choose one of these action tiles to do, which will tell you, you're going to roll 3 dice this turn. And then you can, 1 die at a time, roll a new die. But if you ever have a time where you can't place anything legally onto one of your cards, hi, baby, you bust. Or rather, I'm sorry. Any dice that can't go onto your cards go into your dog house, and if ever the sum total of the value of those dice is ever 7 or higher, then you bust out and you lose all the progress on non-completed cards. So it's just super fun. You're trying to complete these dog cards. It's adorable. And a baby. It's as adorable as this baby. Hi.
Indeed.
We just got some meds.
Crashing again.
Hello.
Hi. We're at 127 backers.
Wait, what? Whoa!
Big deal. Big deal.
$6,000?
Yeah. Oh, $6,000.
So my 0.01% cut is coming in.
It's coming in hot.
Sure is.
Very
$6 or whatever it is.
Yes, I'm gonna get
$60.
one
Actually.
fingernail done.
There you go.
So one.
Oh yeah, one at a time. That's how we're doing it.
One at a time.
All right.
She's had breakfast. Your sponsorship paid for some Cheerios this morning. All right, y'all. Have a good time.
Thank you. Have a good day at work.
Hey, girls.
Super Mega Lucky Box. Really enjoy this game a lot. It's so fun to put together these things. Another Phil Walker Harding praise be, where it's kind of bingo style. We're gonna get flip over these cards one at a time. We'll have a number between 1 and 9, and if a 4 comes up, you can look at all the Super Mega Lucky Boxes you're working on. If you have a 4, you can cross off one of your 4s. As you complete rows and columns on these boxes, they will often trigger bonuses, which might be like, oh, I cross this off, now I have a bonus 6, and you can immediately place a 6 out, which might then complete another row or column. As you complete all 9 of the numbers on a card, it completes, and then in the earlier rounds, they're worth more points, and they're worth less points later on. It's just a fun kind of combo-y, bingo-y, super light game. We don't need those scissors. And I really, really enjoy it.
What scissors? You saw something shiny.
I know. Oh yeah.
Played normal Terraforming Mars?
I played normal Terraforming Mars, played a couple games with my buddies Dan and Jared. In the second game, I was trying to do, I had whatever corporation is like, for every city that gets built, you get a mega credit production. And I had all these cards that triggered into like, anytime a city built, I got like $5 and increased mega credit and all this stuff. But I didn't do like really any terraforming whatsoever. And I probably needed to do some Terraforming Mars, but I had the cities on lock. It was great.
Hey,
so it didn't work out, but it was fun trying.
A lot of different ways you can go. Sorry, Tranquility. Mike, talk about it very quickly because I already passed it.
What am I talking about?
Tranquility.
Really fun game. You're trying to put cards out in an order. You have like, I think 1 to 80 is the range of cards. You're trying to basically fill out your grid with cards that go in ascending order. And you have to discard cards. If I put like a 44 next to a 42, I have to discard 2 cards from my hand to kind of cover that difference. And you're trying to like complete this grid before you run out of cards. It's really fun. I just think it's hilarious. It's a game called Tranquility because it's the most stressful game I've ever played. I'm so stressed out playing it, and so I'm like, this is hilarious, but it's actually really fun, and I have never won, and I don't anticipate I will soon. Terry Machine, you already know I love it. Play it almost every day. I love it so much.
Yep.
It's so good.
And you played Zolkin.
I did. I played with Atlas in chat. Jimmy, the the very designer of Table Fables.
That's right. Check it out.
Boom. And Zolkin is one we hadn't played in a while. I'm like, you know what? I want to play this again. It's great. It's just a great game. You want to stand up? Use your feeties.
And that's it, y'all. Boop. What a chaotic rapid reviews.
What a chaotic rapid reviews. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us.
So much going on,
troubles. Y'all. We have a baby. We have
very sick baby. It's been wild, y'all.
Yeah.
I'll quickly go through and find a couple questions. We'll probably get out of here because we have lots to do. But yeah, let me find a couple questions here, and then have a good time, everybody.
Have a grand old day.
No, we're not gonna be able to bring the dogs to our office, unfortunately.
I don't believe so.
Unfortunately,
but that's all right.
In some ways, it'll be nice because there won't be dog hair everywhere, but it'll also be a bummer because there won't be dogs.
That's true.
You sweet girl. Ugh. How's the BG Top 100 Challenge going again? It's going okay. We always knew we were gonna have to ramp it up the second half of the year, but the second half of the year is gonna be where a lot of it happens.
Yeah,
because we haven't had time. Are the doggos illustrated on the Table Fable cards? They are not, although there has been talks about doing a Murph-centric Table Fables, and they are very, very, not central, but they are a part of that one.
You want me to? You want that?
All over the place. There you go. There is no Hero Forge promo code. We just made ourselves there. Like, hey, if you want the STL, you can print out for like $7, something like that. You can have them printed out. It's pretty expensive, but like it's honestly there because like if people really want minis, that's a way to get them. But we don't really have a way to get them otherwise. So
yeah.
Thanks
for helping us through our sound stuff there.
Yeah, we do appreciate it.
Steve's back to playing Aeon's End on Steam. I didn't know it was on Steam. I might have to check that out. I've always wanted to play it a little more.
Yeah, totally. We're not doing a guest appearance on Twitch channels to promote the Kickstarter. No, we needed to get this out before we left because we needed to film stuff and stuff. But yeah, we're probably a little too busy. We'll probably
The main thing we're going to be doing is we're doing our top 100 games of all time across the month of May. So there'll be about 3 segments of the top 100 a week, and that'll be the main way we advertise for it because we'll make mentions of our Kickstarter in each one of those videos.
We'll keep talking about it and stuff like that, but that's probably the most effective way to get people to at least know that it exists. I started painting minis, says Evan. Painted zombies for Final Girl. Any tip? I think zombies are a great place to start. My thing is, it's like
if they look a little grunge. You know what I mean?
If they don't look great, that's kind of okay because they're zombies. Blood covers up a lot. My first game that I ever really painted was Zombicide. Similar thing where it's like, oh, I didn't paint this part very well. Okay, cover it with blood. I think zombies are the absolute best way to start with mini painting. As now I've already said, thin your paints. Make sure they're not too thick. And
what? Coolest kid ever.
Heck yeah.
So
there's nothing wrong with it. Get a base coat and a wash. That's honestly all you need. There's also obviously way more techniques you can go down, but base coat and wash will get you a long ways. I wouldn't do it.
I would do it considering what she has going on.
Oh yeah, you're right. She's pink eye. Nick's got pink eye now.
Maybe. If you're lucky.
There was another thing I forget.
Question for Mike during Q&A time. How can we get Jeff and Jamie to like Spirit Island? I feel like they should like it, but they just didn't click.
I'm gonna keep it.
It's a tough one, Cheese. Like it's
hard.
There's such a learning curve in terms of like getting good. I'd say get Jamie in on soloing it.
Yeah.
Because I think she'll like it. Start as a lightning spirit because they're kind of like easier. And then we bring Jeff in later. That's my guess. But I don't know.
Once you guys are in Sacramento, we be trying to do the game meetups or go to Grayscape Game. We definitely,
100%.
at least not for a while, we won't be doing any like of our own game meetups, except for maybe, again, we want to be running Bing Bong Con, but that's like a convention, not really like a meetup. Yeah. I don't think we'd start our own meetup, but we will probably go. I know
there's a Friday night meetup up there that we'll probably be going to frequently. I wasn't there for the meetup, but I happened to be at Great Escape a couple weeks ago on Friday, so I kind of walked around the area and stuff. I don't know how often we will go, but we definitely will be stopping by. Greatscape will probably be our local game store. So probably, but nothing really like specifically planned.
Expect to hit different conventions after the move to NorCal versus SoCal? Probably not. We might go to like KublaCon just because it's kind of close by.
that'd be the main thing is that we go to the Bay Area for KublaCon, which we've always wanted to check out.
I mean, one of the kind of like funding goals that we have, if we increase funding goals, it basically means that we get to go to more places for cons. We especially want to go to like more smaller cons. Bigger cons we'd like to go to, but like we really want to go to like more small regional con. I know Salt Con, Grand Con. There's a whole bunch of really great ones.
UConn, that's a number.
We'd really, really like to go. When would Big Mountain Con be? It'd probably be hopefully in spring of 2025. That's the plan. But at the same time, we've been planning it for years and it hasn't happened yet. Although now with the move and we're in a much cheaper place to do it than LA, we're hoping that it will happen. But again, we'll have to. If there's any information on that, you will hear about it. Trust us, we will be shouting it from the rooftops.
Hey, cute.
AustenCon, yeah. So we want to go to more conventions, but we specifically want to go to more smaller conventions.
Con of the North, you know.
With the exception of Essen, we kind of go to all the big conventions that we really want to go to.
Yeah. Yeah, so every year will still be like a Dice Tower West Gen Con, PAX Unplugged, and then the BGG cons are like the 5
that we probably always go to. Yeah. We want to add more, or at least one of us goes, you know, or something like that.
Agreed.
So,
yeah, some of those smaller things. Yeah, and you know, as life allows with this little one and stuff.
Yeah.
So, can I teach you Art Deco at Big Mountain Con? Yes, Dawson, we still have it. I look at it all the time. Like,
we played it. We played it at
you did?
I played Art Deco. No, I was thinking Avant Card. No, Art Deco. Yes, Dawson, you can. You sure can. We will bring it. It will be part of our collection.
Yes.
Are you thinking about backing Corpse of Discovery? Raylo Josh, I don't even know what that is. I have not had a chance to look at
Jeff and Jamie post about it, but I don't know anything about it.
We've been too busy making our own. So there's so much going on.
There's just so much going on.
All right, y'all, we're going to head on out of here.
We got 37 backers. Okay, so just stay tuned. Hang out this channel. We are going to drop the first section of our top 100 games of all time, 191, immediately after this, and we'll make it a live premiere. So if you want to hang out and live chat and stuff, we'll just hang out together. So
talk trash about our top 100 games.
Yeah, you know, and again, if you appreciate what we do, even if you don't have any money to spare, which is totally okay, if you don't mind sharing our Kickstarter out there in the world to kind of get it out there, that would be super helpful. And whether or not you back, just enjoy our top 100 games of all time. We had a ton of fun making it, and we can't wait to show it to y'all. So, you know, get your guesses in now as to what's going to be on there. A couple, I'll tell you this, a couple have been mentioned today.
That's true. That
a couple that are going to be in this immediate video have been mentioned today.
That's all. Yeah,
you got to watch it. We're official watch, 137 backers and $6,900 and
that's cool.
change.
That's very cool.
Very, very cool, y'all. We're going to get out of here, and if you're free and have some time, watch our top 100 and make sure you thumb up this video and that video, please, to get the word out.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Appreciate you. We appreciate